Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Unscripted and Unchained RPG Review. I am DM Bluddworth, and as you can see by the graphics, I am making the long-awaited return to Robert E. Howard's Conan, Adventures in an Age Undreamed of. This is a 2D20 system by Modiphius. This is an unboxing of sorts of Wave 3. So I had purchased this game in Kickstarter back in 2015, and it has taken quite some time in order to get the first three waves. Obviously, the last wave, this third wave, has been delayed due to COVID and shipping concerns and such like that, but also due to the rewriting of, or at least some modifications of rewriting in one of the more recent books, and the first book that I'm going to show here, where Modiphius hired a sensitivity reader, and that sensitivity reader had made them remove terms, at least in some places. I guess they didn't find them all, from what I understand, but remove terms such as the mysterious East, or exotic, and martial arts from this particular book. So fortunately, I have the PDF where those are still there, and so I would keep the PDF along with the that unmodified PDF along with the hardcover. But without further ado, I'm just going to show these books. I'm not going to open them up out of their seal just yet. And I'll eventually, when I have the entire selection of books, I will go through them one by one, just as I've done it with Advanced Dungeons and Dragons and that series of videos as well. So without further ado, let's go to our full screen so you can see what we're talking about. And so Wave 3 was another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really close to 10 or more books. I'd actually have to sit there and count them out because it's been that length of time since I've actually gone through it. So the controversial book in question is here, Conan the Wanderer, and I will spend a little bit of additional time when I do cover this one, when I'll have the other PDF along with it to show you the changes that took place during this production. But here we have Conan the Adventurer, and what each of these books does is that it sets up a new area in which Conan had his adventures, and the cultural backgrounds, new archetypes based on those cultural areas, and so on. So this particular one, and then it gives you a couple of mini adventures as well. So in this particular one, it's you will be traveling the River Styx, and you'll go to countries like Stygia, Kush, Darfur, Keshan, Punt, Zimbabwe, and the very vast known regions known by the West as the Black Kingdoms. I'm surprised that wasn't removed yet. This might have been before the sensitivity reader was hired. But so, like I said, each of these source books has new lands that are introduced, new classes that are introduced, and then adventure hooks for that particular area, which is something I think are really, really nice with this system. The Wanderer, let's see. So the Wanderer, this is all the Hyrcanian steppes, the which is kind of like a Mongolian connection, and also kind of the northern sections of so Persian, Mongolian, that range, Siberian range of cultures. Then the steaming jungles of Kitai, which is the China Oriental sections of Robert E. Howard's world. And then finally the opulent palaces of Old Vindhya, which is southeastern Asia, particularly India, with its caste system and stuff. That was something else that was removed from this, from what I understand, was that very strong caste system, which did exist. So I don't know why they wanted to remove it. And it was certainly a part of Robert E. Howard's writing. From what I also understand was that the authors of these books actually asked for their names to be removed from this particular volume before it was reissued or reprinted. They were that dissatisfied with the move away from being genuine to Robert E. Howard's writing. Conan the Scout, and this one will take you to the Border Kingdoms, the Hyperboreans, and some of the kingdoms slightly to the south of there. And they introduced new archetypes, such as rangers and Bosonian archers and mercenaries from Gunderland. So we have that. We have Conan the King. So, and you'll notice that these kind of follow a story arc of Conan's adventures through his lifetime. And so they're really, each supplement is kind of tracing along his journey from from being a barbarian in the village to being the king of Aquilonia, the most powerful country in the Hyborian Age. So Conan the King is the ultimate source book to those kingdoms and the most dangerous battlefield of all, that of the court. And so this takes you right into Aquilonia and its politics and such. So new options for player characters include the courtier, the healer, the knight, the minstrel, the noble, including new castes, talents, background stories, and others, along with a number of additional challenges, and also the monstrous foes, such as Satha the Undying, Yagtha the demon plant of Yag, the winged knight mounts, and demonic slave of the ring. All right, allies, and we have a number of allies that they have here and such. So another valuable source book. Now, there were some crossovers here. So we have the Art of Conan, which I'm really, really excited to go through and see, because so one thing, the art in this series of books has been phenomenal. And so I'm really excited to go through this here book. So the Exiles, so Conan Exiles is a video game that you can get on Steam, and it's kind of like an open world survival type first person, single player adventure game, very similar to Dust or any of the other survival type games out there, open world survival. And so this is the this is the book that is that's taking some of that and putting it here so that you can implement some of the things that came out of that game into your own tabletop role-playing experience. And then finally, here is the Call of Atlantis source book. So if you wanted to experience adventuring in Kull's time before you come to Conan's time, that would be another thing that you can do as well. So so once again, there's another 7 or 8 books here. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more books to add to this collection, and there's a couple more in Wave 4, but I don't think too many more. So I think for the most part, this series is practically over. Hopefully we don't have to wait 2 years for Wave 4. Hopefully that will be out a lot quicker, because it does not include any additional source books for the Hyborian Age, for the core game itself. I think there's one other game tie-in. That might be to the Age of Conan role-playing game, and then some more adventure path books and such, which take a little bit less scrutiny to go over, as far as tying it to Robert E. Howard's writings and such. They can go right into just writing various adventures for it. So once again, I still do not regret having bought this as a Kickstarter. It's probably the most expensive. Actually, it is the most expensive Kickstarter I backed. I paid about $500 US for it at the time. I forget what that was in the English pound, but it was something that, as a Robert E. Howard fan, as a Conan the Barbarian fan, it was something that I certainly wanted to have, and I'm glad I bought it. It's actually a very, very good system, and it's a lot of fun, and it's ideal for playing. In my opinion, it's ideal for playing with a single player, running solo adventures with a single player. Not only do Conan stories play very well into that, but the game system actually plays very well into that, with some tweaking, on your own. You have to create a few little enhancements to the system in order for that to work really well, in my opinion. And I have videos on that in here, which I will link to to this video here, so you will see some of the other videos I've done with this game system, dating back quite a number of years now. Like I said, this took a while to get here. That's going back to like my first year of this channel. So between 2 and 3 years ago, some of these videos will be. So without further ado, thank you for joining. Let me switch views here, and somewhat modified box opening. And as I said, in the future, I will start going over these source books and such one at a time through the entire series, in a new series for the channel as well. Still going to focus on my 2nd edition AD&D for the next couple of weeks, but then I will get to this next. So you all have a great day. Thanks for joining, and I look forward to seeing you on the gaming screen sometime soon. Maybe for some Conan 2D20. Take care.